Everybody, I hope you're having a blessed day or evening, depending on what time zone you're in around the world. This message today is basically directed at Aussie Dave of the popular blog Israellycool. Now, the reason I'm directing this message towards Aussie Dave is a Jewish blogger in Israel of the popular blog Israellycool, and he basically put me on blast in his blog. The whole blog, it was about me, okay, and about my teachings about who we are as the true seed of Jacob, and about them being the synagogue of Satan. So I guess he got upset at the truth. Now, how I found all this out is that I was strolling across the internet one day on Google, and I seen the picture of mine up. And I clicked on it wondering what it was about. Like, what my picture doing out here floating around Google, okay? And long and behold, I was getting blasted by this Jewish European man by the name of Aussie Dave on his blog. And he also put it on Google. So it was on Google and it was on his blog. And I came across it, and I was looking at all the stuff he was saying about me. I was anti-Semitism and all other sorts of stuff. Now, I'm going to put the link to his blog about me in the description box. So if you want to go to the blog, you will be able to go to it, click on it, and see what he blogged about me, okay? And but like I said, I clicked on it, I was reading it, and I was like, wow. And this was about 6 months ago, so I had no idea it was even there, okay? But you know, I came across it, and sure enough, you know, that's what happened. So this message is to him and to all his Jewish followers, okay? And one of the questions that he had is said, can we even prove who we are? Yes, we can prove who we are. But the question is, can you prove who you are? Okay? Can you prove who you are through history, and can you prove who you are through scripture? Because we know that you can't. And we know that we can. So, this video is about us proving who we are. I'm going to go through the scriptures, okay? And show that we are the seed of Jacob, and you are the synagogue of Satan, okay? You are not the chosen seed of Jacob, okay? You are not the holy nation of the Most High. And I don't know if you thought I was going to back down from about what you said on the article or what, but you know, we are the true seed of Jacob, and there ain't no backing down from this, okay? I am not anti-Semitism, okay? First of all, I'm a Shemite, okay? And most of you over there are not even Shemites at all, let alone being from the seed of Jacob. So I have no, I don't even know how you're going to even go there, okay? The truth is, are you anti-Semitism against the true seed of Jacob? But anyway, let's get started here, okay? So, the first scripture we're going to go to, and I'm going to try to make this as quick as possible, and I'm going to go through this, and I'm going to execute it as, best as I can here. First, let's go see who the Khazars are in scripture, okay? It's two main groups of fake Jewish European over there in the state of Israel, okay? And that's the Khazars, the Ashkenazi Khazars, and your Sephardic Jewish European people, okay? Now, we're going to go and see who the Khazars are in scripture, okay? Let's first go to Genesis chapter 10, okay? Genesis chapter 10, verse 1 through 3. Let's go here first. And let's go see who the Khazars are according to the scripture. You know, People fail to read these things. A lot of it is on purpose, you know. So we're going to give a teaching here. Okay, Genesis chapter 10, 1 through 3. Now these are the generations of the sons of Noah, Shem, Ham, Japheth, and unto them were sons born after the flood. The sons of Japheth, Gomer, and Magog, and Midi, and Javan, and Tubal, and Meshech, and Taurus. And the sons of Gomer, Ashkenazi, and Raphath, and to Gomer. Okay? So you see, I just showed that, where is it at? The sons of Gomer, the first son was Ashkenazi. Okay? Coming all the way up here from Japheth. Okay? So you're in here, placed in scripture, okay, as coming from Japheth. And it's also going to say it again over there in 1 Chronicles chapter 1, 4 through 6. And it's also another passage, I don't have it written down, and it's going to say it in there too. So it's 3 spots that you can find this in. Okay, who the Ashkenazi people are, which they do not come from Shem, they come from Japheth. And those Sephardic Jewish people over there, they come from the lines of Edom. Them people that trace their bloodline with also having the blood of who they have the blood of. They also have the blood of Canaanites. Okay, it's like a mixture of different bloods, showing who they are, because we all know that Esau married Canaanite women. Okay, and those are the 2 main groups over there that's populating the state of Israel. There's other nationalities in there too that y'all have brought over there. Okay, as y'all, you know, plot against the real people. But those are the 2 main groups that are in the state of Israel today. Now, let's go back here to Revelations 2:9. And let's go see what the Most High says about you in Revelations. Okay? Revelations 2:9. And it says on this wise, I know thy works, and tribulation, and poverty, but they are rich. And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. Okay? So now, he says, I know the works and tribulation and the poverty. Okay? But they are rich. He's talking about the real seed of Jacob. Okay? That are still in captivity today. Okay, and he's telling us he knows our works, everything that was taken. Okay, because everything that we worked so hard for through all the years we're being in captivity over here. Okay, since our ancestors came here. Okay, and they took everything away from us that we worked so hard for. We don't get any recognition for anything that we've done. 2 months of black history of everything that we have created over here. Okay. But yet we ain't got no recognition for it, no money for it, no nothing. But instead it's taken, and most of the things that are created out here, most people don't even know that our people were the ones who created that. Okay? And a lot of people don't even study Black History Month, the 2 months that they come out to do Black History Month. Okay? A lot of this stuff is surrounded in lies. He says he knows our tribulations. Okay? We're going through so much in these days of tribulation. Okay? We were being killed and murdered in the streets. Okay? there's a hit out on us from the elite, okay, to murder the true seed of Jacob. And we're in the days of tribulations, and it's going to get worse. He also says he know our poverty, because everywhere the true seed of Jacob is scattered, whether it's in America, Haiti, Jamaica, everywhere from the transatlantic slave trade, all the Israelites who are still scattered throughout Africa, okay, we're in poverty. The true seed of Jacob is still in poverty. So now he's telling you the true seed of Jacob are still in these conditions, which are not you, okay? And he says, he's basically telling us to keep our head up because we are rich, okay? And one day he's going to bring us out of this position that we're currently in. And then he says, he know the blasphemy of them, you that say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. Let's go to Revelations 3:9. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet, and to know I have loved thee. Okay? So y'all got some stuff on the way. Okay? Because pretty soon you're going to be kissing our feet to know that the Most High has loved us, and that you are the synagogue of Satan, and over there messed up in all your lies. Now, we're going to further prove that you are the synagogue of Satan in a land that is not yours. Okay? We're going to go over here to Zechariah 9:6. Okay? Let's go to Zechariah 9:6. Okay, let's see here. Okay, Zechariah chapter 9, verse 6. Now, before I get to reading this, what I want to say is, according to Scripture, there are two Jerusalems. You got North Jerusalem and South Jerusalem. The North Jerusalem was inhabited by the Amorites. The South Jerusalem was inhabited by the Jebusites, okay? Two Jerusalems, okay? Not the same place. And the Jerusalem that y'all are in today is not the Jerusalem of my forefathers. It's the North Jerusalem of the Amorites. And the South Jerusalem of the Jebusites, the Jerusalem of my forefathers, that's still desolate. It's in Tel Arad, okay? And a lot of you know that. We know too. But it's south in Tel Arad, which is still desolate, waiting on the true people of the Most High. But up there in North Jerusalem, now that's still our land, but that's not the Jerusalem of our forefathers. Okay? But up there in North Jerusalem, okay, which is where you're at now, and this is what it says about you. Okay? And a bastard shall dwell in Asdod, and I would cut off the pride of the Philistines, and I will take away his blood out of his mouth, and his abominations from between his teeth. Okay? But he that remaineth, even he shall be for our God, and he shall be as governor in Judah and Ekron, and as a Jebusite. So that was Zechariah 6, and 7. I'm sorry, it was 6 and verse 6 and 7. Now, it's already calling you. It says, and a bastard shall dwell in Asdod, okay? And y'all are the European bastards that dwell in Asdod. And he's using you to cut off the pride of who? The Philistines. What we see going on today. Okay? Y'all over there bumming Palestine? Cutting off the pride of the Philistines. Okay? The bastard Europeans. Cutting off the pride of the Philistines. That's what y'all are doing today, right now, as I speak. Okay? And they're getting that part of the punishment because of what they are also doing to the true seed of Jacob. Because all you nations have conspired against the true seed of Jacob. Okay? So he's using each one against one. So, let's move along here. And let's furthermore prove that we are the true seed of Jacob, and you are the synagogue of Satan. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to Deuteronomy 28, 45, and 46. And this is going to show how to identify the true seed of Jacob according to Scripture. Okay? So let's go over to Deuteronomy 28. And we're going to go to verse 45 and 46. And this is how you identify the true seed of Jacob according to Scripture. Okay? Because a lot of people ain't talking about this. So let's go read it. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded thee. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever. So you hear that? So now he's telling you, okay, that to identify the true seed of Jacob, you're going to have to come and read the curses in Deuteronomy 28. Okay? And there's a lot of curses in Deuteronomy 28. So the true seed of Jacob, the true bloodline, is going to fit the curses in Deuteronomy 28. Not 1, not 2, not 3. All of the curses in Deuteronomy 28 will be upon the seed of Jacob. Okay? Wherever we are scattered. I wrote a few down, and these are just a few. These are not even all of them. Okay? It's not even half. And let's just see if you even fit some of these. Let's just go over, some of them. Okay? Let's see. Forget who you are as a people. Have the Jewish people ever forgot who they are as a people? You say you the seed of Jacob. Have you ever forgotten that you was Jacob? Because the true seed of Jacob forgot who they were as a people as part of one of the curses. Okay? And who are those people? The people that are scattered. Do most of my people not know who they are today because of when we came over here in the transatlantic slave trade? And overseers, the slave masters beat my ancestors and whooped their nationality out of them, took their names, took their heritage, gave them their names. And now it spread it on from generation to generation, took the children and sold them off so they couldn't teach the children. So now, leading all the way up to today, We just think we're a bunch of African Americans sold off the west coast of Africa, so we don't know who we are as a nation. Does that curse fix you? I don't think so. Let's go look at some more here. Your children sold off to other people. That's another curse. Were your children taken from you and sold off to other people? No. That's one of the curses of the true seed of Jacob. Okay. Women raped. Were your women raped? Were they raped right in front of you? Okay. Did you have the power to even stop it? Did that happen to you? Because that happened to us. During a period of slavery, before the physical part of slavery was ended. Okay? Now, other nations owning everything in your neighborhoods. It looks like to me, y'all own just about everything. So who are the people where all these other nations own everything in their neighborhoods, where they came up way high above the people, and the people in those neighborhoods came down way low as the tail, and then they became the head, making money off the true seed of Jacob? That's us. Okay? I'm just going over some of the curses here. Okay? The men will hate each other. Okay? And the women will hate the men. That's our curse. Okay? You see all this violence out here in the so-called African American neighborhoods where the men are killing each other off. Okay? And our women are going to other nations of men to be with them. They don't even want to be with their own men, their own people. They've learned to hate themselves. Okay? Which curse? Who is that among? Everybody know that that's us. Okay? Everybody know that that is the problem in the so-called African American communities all around the world. And everybody always wondering what's going on in our communities. It's because we are the true seed of Jacob that suffer under the curses of Deuteronomy 28 as his holy nation. Okay? Women would disregard their children. Okay? A lot of African American aborting their children, getting rid of them. A lot of the cases are not even reported, but that's what they do. Okay? Men would leave their children fatherless. Which nationality of men who are known not to take care of their children? Us. That's one of our curses, okay? So a lot of you out there listening to this, now you know why a lot of these things are going on in the so-called African American community. Okay? It's the curses of Deuteronomy 28 showing that we are the true seed of Jacob. Let's go look at some of the other curses. The young will terrify their neighborhoods, okay? You know, our younger generation are terrifying our neighborhoods through the gangs, all the violence. I mean, look at First 48, the show on television. I mean, who is that? That's us. You wonder why so much violence plague our neighborhoods with gangs and kids just running wild and being hard-headed? It's because it's one of the curses of Deuteronomy 28. Okay? That sure ain't you. Let's see, let's go here. The young and the old will have no connection, okay? The younger generation and the older generation don't have no connection. They don't even want to deal with each other, okay? That's us. That's one of our curses, okay? Let's see, we would be sold to our enemies with yoke of iron around our neck. You can go and pull up all many pictures of the transatlantic slave trade where we got the yokes of iron around our neck when we came over here in slavery, sold off. Okay, that was a physical curse, with putting yokes of iron around our neck and being sold off to our enemies. Okay, marched in worse than cattle. Let's go here. Let's read a few more, some of the curses here that are listed in Deuteronomy 28. Worship in the religions of Christianity and Islam. It said we'll serve, you know what I'm saying, other gods of the cross and of the rock. That's Christianity and Islam. Is that you? No, that is us. The two biggest religions the so-called African American all around the world serving other gods. And Christianity ain't of the Bible, okay? It ain't of the Bible. It was just the word that was translated falsely into the Bible. But the true word is in Hebrew is called mishpahhah, which doesn't mean Christian. It means you are messianic, okay? Which means you believe on the Messiah. So we was either a non-messianic Israelite or a messianic Israelite. They translated that word falsely, Christianity, over into the Bible, and then brought us Christianity from the Roman Empire. Okay? And then Islam, that's just another false religion altogether. Okay? We're serving those two main religions, which is also another curse in Deuteronomy 28, showing who the true seed of Jacob are today in the earth. Let's see here. Sold on ships as slaves to other lands. Okay, that's the last curse of Deuteronomy 28. So now this is only half of the curses that I went through, or not even half. That's just some of them that you don't even fit at all. So think about going through the other half, okay? You have to identify with the curses of Deuteronomy 28 to show yourself as being the true seed of Jacob. Do you? Because we know that you don't. Now the last curse of Deuteronomy 28 verse 68, we were sold off on ships, okay, to other lands. That was the transatlantic slave trade. When were you ever sold off onto ships to anywhere, okay? Now it says to Egypt, but we didn't go back to Egypt. It's talking about another place of bondage. Because we all know in Scripture, he said he'll never send us to the physical place of Egypt again. Egypt in that Scripture is used as a reference of a place of bondage, which the Israelites were sold to on ships, okay, across the waters. And when were you sold on ships to anywhere from any nation? You cannot prove that by history or the Scripture that happened to you, because it didn't. Okay? It only happened to one group of people in the entire world, and that's the true seed of Jacob. So the question is not, can we prove who we are? The question is, can you prove who you are? Okay? Now, since we're talking about the transatlantic slave trade, let's go to more scriptures actually talking about the transatlantic slave trade, because by the scripture this even gets more weirder, because by scripture, guess what, it's showing you that we were sold from out of Africa. Where in the world were you sold from out of Africa? On ships, okay, by North Africans. Did you even know that the Bible said that? Because I'm pretty sure you did. People don't like to talk about the truth though. Okay? So when were you sold out of Africa by North Africans? You know how they always say, oh, the so-called African American people got sold by their own people. No, we didn't. We got sold by other nations of Africans. If you look it up, it'll be 13 nations to be exact. But those other nations of Africans was those who are Hamites, African Hamites were selling African Israelites. Okay? So those other nations were selling the nation of the Israelites, the tribe of Judah to be exact, across the seas, sold them off to the Europeans. But let's go see what the scripture says furthermore. Let's go to Joel chapter 3, okay? Okay, Joel chapter 3, verse 2 through 7. Okay. And here's your transatlantic slave trade in the full effect in scripture in the Bible, to where we were sold out of Africa by the North Africans to Europeans. Okay? I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. And they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for an harlot, and sold a girl for wine, that they may drink, might drink. Ye, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon? Okay, there go your North Africans, okay? There go your North Africans. And all the coast of Palestine. Will ye render me a recompense? And if ye recompense me, swiftly and speedily will I return your recompense upon your own head. Because ye have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temples my godly pleasant things. And the children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians, that ye might remove them far from their borders. Behold, I will rise them out of the place where ye have sold them, and will return your recompense upon your own head. Okay? Again, by scripture, we were sold from out of Africa by the North Africans, okay, to the Grecians. Spain, okay, England, okay, even you Jewish Europeans was helping scatter the true seed of Jacob, okay, by ships, okay, cargo slave ships to other lands into slavery as bondmen and bondwomen. So scripture in no types of way backs you up, nor do history. So if you asking us to prove who we are, we can prove who we are without a doubt, 100% fact. You cannot. You can run your mouth, but you cannot prove it. Not by this Bible, nor by history. Okay? Now, when we were sold to other lands across seas on ships, it's also a time period that we was going to be in slavery. And so how long was that? Because I'm going to tell you by scripture, the last captivity, which is now, is for 400 years. So if you the people of Jacob, what in the world are you doing in the land? Now we do got a remnant of our people over there, but that's also in the Bible. But they still didn't go over there. Well, I mean, when they went over there, they still didn't return to the Most High. Okay? Those are your people down in Well, you mentioned it in your article. I can't think of the name of the city right now. Okay, they down there near Tel Arad, Dimona. Okay, our people over there in Dimona. Okay, and they're still under the curses of Deuteronomy 28 because they still didn't go over there and do what they were supposed to do. That's also in the Bible, and I can pull it up by scripture also. Okay, but the true seed of Jacob is still in captivity. Okay? And we have not been brought up out the land yet. So, that time period is to last for 400 years. And that's back in Genesis, which I'm going to go to that scripture. But before I go to that scripture, I'm going to explain the 430 years. Okay? Because a lot of people are mixed up about that because of y'all false teachings. Okay, coming from you and the Catholic Church. Okay, now the 430 years that is talking about that our ancestors were in the land of Egypt. That was a period of time that they was in the land of Egypt altogether, but they were not in captivity in the land of Egypt for 430 years. They was only in captivity for around 250 years. When Joseph first sent for his people to be brought back up into the land of Egypt, okay, everything was all good. They were not in captivity. They was free. They didn't go into captivity till around the third Pharaoh. Okay, because that Pharaoh started getting concerned because our people was multiplying too fast in the land there. And he started to think negatively about our people and said, well, they're becoming too many. They're becoming too great. And they can side with our enemies and overthrow us. So because of that, he conspired against our people there and then put them in slavery there. Okay? Put them in a captivity position. So they were not there in captivity for 430 years. They was in the land altogether for 430 years. Okay? But they were not in captivity for 430 years. But this captivity, which is for 400 years solid, okay, it's talking about right now today. So now you have a 400 period time mark to when we were first brought over here, which is in 1619, and that captivity date ends in 2019. Okay, so let's go read that right quick. So let's go back here to Genesis chapter 15. Okay, and let's get that scripture right quick and see what it says. Genesis 15 verse 13 and 14. Okay, and it says, and he said unto Abram, know of a certainty that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs, and shall serve them, and they shall afflict them 400 years. And also that nation whom they serve will I judge, and afterward shall they come out with great substance. Okay? And this nation is about to be judged. Great Babylon is what it is actually is today. It's spiritually Great Babylon and Egypt, a place of bondage. Okay, it's spiritually those nations, as it talks about in the Bible, even throughout Revelations. Okay, and it will be judged, and it will be judged when him using the other nations. Okay, the 10 kings, he's going to use them to judge it. The two main nations is going to be Russia and China, which you see gearing up right now. And we're right at the end of our captivity, which ends in 2019. With the liberation, okay, of Harriet Tubman on the $20 bill, which shows the liberation of the true Israelites, which will be released in 2019 or at the beginning of 2020, which shows the release of the true children of Israel. Okay? And they will have to release us with everything that they owe to us since we've been here. And that remnant would then go back into the land to the real Jerusalem, which is south, and tell Arad, the Jerusalem of the Jebusites. Now, let's see here. I just want to ask you a couple of questions, Aussie Dave. Just a few questions here, okay? And, you know, any Jewish person that may be watching this video, okay? And I want to see if you can answer the questions, you know, maybe on the comment board, you know, you feel like you want to type something on there. Let's see here. I got about 4 questions here, and then I got 1 scripture left, and it's be the end of this video, okay? The first question, Aussie Dave, and to any Jewish person that may be watching this video: if Jews are white, then what color was Moses' hand before God turned it white before Moses stuck it in his bosom? Answer me that question. His hand wasn't white when he stuck it in his bosom. It was another color. So it had to be turned white. So what color was it before the Most High turned it white and showed him that miraculous sign, okay? That sign and wonder, okay? What color was his hand? Because it wasn't white. Showing you that the true Israelites are dark-skinned people. Second question. Egyptians come from Ham, which means they are Hamites. Okay, because we all know y'all portray Egyptians on the movie to be white people, which is far from the truth. Okay, it's an absolute lie. Okay, Egyptians come from Ham, which means they are Hamites, which also means they are 2 dark-skinned people. That's a fact. So, how are the Egyptians dark-skinned and the Israelites are so-called white? How is that? Because that can't be so. Remember, we was in the true Israelites. Okay, my ancestors were among the Egyptians. Okay. So you trying to tell me when you talking about Moses? Nobody know who Moses was. He stayed in Pharaoh's house for 40 years. Okay. And nobody knew this so-called white Israelite. Okay, was an Israelite if he was white and everybody else around there were black? Because we all know y'all like to say all black people come from the line of Ham. But then y'all got all in these movies that Egyptians are white. But Egyptians come from Ham. See how stupid that lie is? Man, okay. Here's another question. Paul was from the tribe of Benjamin. If he was so-called white, then why did the 2 Greek soldiers think he was a Hamite? And why did they have to ask him his nationality? Okay? If Paul was white, they wouldn't even have to ask him, okay, his nationality, okay? They thought he was a Hamite. You see what I'm saying? And since Hamites and Israelites are both dark-skinned people, okay, they had to ask him what was his nationality because they could not tell. Now, I got one more question here. Let's see. Let's go to a scripture, okay? We know how y'all like to portray biblical leprosy. But biblical leprosy is when your skin turns white. That's biblical leprosy. Like with Miriam, okay, she got turned white, but that's biblical leprosy, okay? Did you know that? Because I'm pretty sure, again, that you did, okay? Or that you do. But did you know that according to Scripture, the Israelites also considered it a sin to be turned white? So you are saying that you're an Israelite and that the Israelites are white people. But in Scripture, the Israelites consider it a sin to be turned white. And you want to know why that is? It's because they are, okay, melanin in their skin, okay? They're not white people. But let's go read it and be sure that I'm not lying. Okay, we're going to go to Numbers chapter 12, okay? And this is the last scripture of this video, okay? Numbers chapter 12. And it's going to be verse 9 through 12. Numbers chapter 12, verse 9 through 12. The Israelites considered it a sin to be turned white because they were dark-skinned people, okay? And the anger of the Lord was kindled against them, and he departed. And the cloud departed from off the tabernacle, and behold, Miriam became leprous, white as snow. And Aaron looked upon Miriam, and behold, she was leprous. And Aaron said unto Moses, Alas, my Lord, I beseech thee, lay not this sin upon us, wherein we have done foolishly. Alas, my Lord, I beseech thee, lay not this sin upon us, wherein we have done foolishly, and wherein we have sinned. Let her not be as one dead, of whom the flesh is half consumed when he cometh out of his mother's womb. Rest my case. Okay? You know, when people die, you know, they turn, something that goes on in the blood, you know, when they die, they turn white. So he said, don't let her be as one that is dead. Okay? And as you see, as I read before, okay, they consider it a sin to be turned white. It is a great embarrassment, okay? And it was devastating to Israelites who are dark-skinned people to be turned white. You ever seen these dark-skinned people who walk around with true biblical leprosy? Okay? Dark-skinned people, and their skin, half of their body be white, don't look so good, do it? And that was truly devastating to the Israelites back in that time. That's devastating today. People just don't talk about it. It's kind of a hush-hush thing. You know, you start talking about that too much, and people start reading scripture like, hey, what's going on? Okay? So, we can prove who we are by scripture. I mean, I can go through many more scriptures all day long to show who we are. That's the true seed of Jacob, okay? But that was just a little something to show that, yeah, we can absolutely prove who we are by scripture and by history. But the problem is, you can't. So, it shouldn't really be a question of you asking us anymore, can we prove it? You should be worried about if you can prove it and what you cannot. Okay? So, you know, I mean, if you want to accept the Most High, stop these lies, and accept the true children of Israel, because you can't even get into the kingdom without accepting this true people, okay? And the state of Israel are going to pay, because that's in scripture too. Because even the Antichrist, who y'all going to proclaim to be the Messiah, when he rise, midway into the tribulation, he's going to turn on y'all. And the Most High is going to use him to destroy the state of Israel, okay? And he's going to wipe out half of the world's population. So, y'all got y'all's coming too. But, like I said, that was a quick video answering back to your sneak attack on me that you laid out on your blog and out on Google, okay? And as I was saying, you came on my Facebook page and took all those pictures off and put it on your blog and blah, blah, blah. But there ain't no backing down, okay? I am a true Lion of Judah, okay? And as you've seen on my Facebook page and on my YouTube page, yes, we are the true seed of Jacob, and you are not, and you are the synagogue of Satan. And that is the truth, okay? Deal with it. But you ain't got much time left, okay? But for all those who came to watch the video, I wish you all much blessings and shalom.